11-year-old prank ends in felony charge. All that plan got your ass busted. Let's go.
So there was a text message from someone saying they were behind a car. Their friend was kidnapped from a Chick-fil-A in Palm Coast.
Chick-fil-A.
And they were on the interstate behind the car.
Everything on your phone is telling me that you made a phone call 911.
But I didn't talk.
Is that a girl? It's a little girl?
You did something stupid.
Here, Amanda. Here, stop. Hey. Stop.
On July 26,
Oh,
2023,
Lord.
dispatchers in Volusia County received
Here we go.
911 text from a driver.
Where we at?
23. Dispatchers in Volusia County receive urgent 911 text from a driver.
I need to know where some of these shit's at. Oh, we in Florida. We in Florida.
Who claims to be following an armed kidnapper's van on the interstate.
Okay.
When they trace the phone, however, they learn the messages are coming from a residence in Port Orange, turning a plea for help into an unexpected lesson in consequences.
I'm telling you this right now. You're going to take this as a lesson at 11 years old that if you do something stupid in the future, you're going to enjoy those cuffs.
I'm not going to do this again.
The following report is based
W
on
Dad!
police records.
W
and the footage
Dad!
has mostly never been seen before until now.
W
It's just
Dad!
after 9:45 a.m. when 911 begins receiving texts from someone named Lily Lee Combs. She
Lily!
claims to be following a kidnapper's
You
van on
Lily
the
Lil
interstate,
Tulip.
and updates are still pouring in.
God.
Volusia County deputies, multiple area police departments, and a
Nah, I'm
helicopter
stupid,
join
so
the
I'll do.
urgent search. When they fail to locate the van, a deputy tries calling the phone number that's been sending the text messages.
Oh my God.
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hi. Is this the... What's your name? Can you hear me?
Uh-oh.
Hello? I'm trying to reach the person that called 911.
She shook.
Yeah, can you hear me?
She shook.
Oh, shit, I'm up.
Please leave your message for 3.
No, it's going to voicemail. It says, RP confirming they are in a blue Jeep. Victim is in a white van. They can see they are being restrained through the windows. At the turnaround?
A new text message comes through, including a detailed description of the suspect, who's described as having brown hair and blue eyes.
How is she behind him? She's seeing this happen and she knows what color eyes he has. That's weird. Brown hair, blue eyes, but she's behind him. Like, if she was like saw the incident or saw the witness.
Stay hydrated, my friends.
Like, how would you even be following them and know any of this? Yeah, RP confirming they are in a blue Jeep, victim in a white van. Of course it's a white van. Like, it just... Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm not saying this by any means, but it's just... Yeah. I've had calls like this before.
Their suspicions about the text messages are
So
all
they
but
already knew.
confirmed when a GPS trace on the phone comes back to a residence in Port Orange,
Damn.
indicating the texter is not traveling on the highway as they claimed. Deputies quickly head to the residence to investigate.
Hi there, how you doing? Is this your residence, sir?
This is.
Do you have a daughter or a child at the home named by Lily Lee?
No.
No?
W Dad, look at him. He out there in that yard putting in that pain, putting in that work, that yard work, that real life groundwork. Shout out Dad, man. You know what I'm saying? Nice investment right here too, folks. Very nice investment. Got the nice big hefty motorized John Dean trailer. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. The John Dean trailer joint. Yeah. John Jimmy Jean. Mm-hmm.
Investigate.
Yeah.
Hi there, how you doing? Is this your residence, sir?
This is.
Do you have a daughter or a child at the home named by Lily Lee?
No.
No?
Anybody home?
Yeah, my wife, my kids. We just got home from Pennsylvania. I have an Ava and a Mikey.
Ava and a Mikey?
Yep.
One Delta 5.
Would you like to see them?
The deputies follow him to his house, where he informs his wife what's going on.
Damn, he got a nice property.
Yeah, so somebody called in, or well, they texted.
Sorry, I'm in my pajamas.
No, it's fine.
You're fine.
Someone texted into 911 that someone was getting kidnapped and they were on the interstate. But then when they went and did like a location on the phone, the address was showing up here.
As their daughter Ava steps into the garage, her
Uh-oh.
phone rings. The deputy answers it, leading to a shocking conclusion.
No.
Hello? Who's this?
Volusia County Sheriff's Office.
All right, cool. This is Deputy Asby, the Sheriff's Office.
Oh, good. You got her.
Yep. All right.
Huh?
Okay, is her dad home?
Yep. I got both her parents here.
What the hell?
Yeah, we're gonna ask the sheriff to go away in a second.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
What happened? I'm so.
Let me see this phone.
Yeah. So all these other numbers.
What the?
So there's a phone call out to 911.
There's a phone call out to
Yeah.
Right there.
911? What time?
That's her
There's one
call.
right
That's
here.
her calling it.
There's 911 again right there.
This phone was called.
These numbers calling back in are no caller ID.
You did.
Well, there's 3 different times that 911 was called out from this phone.
9:30 a.m.
Yep.
That was the initial call.
Twice.
No, I didn't mean to call that because I. But you did.
She ain't
Reports
need
show
to
that
call
the number belonging
911.
to Ava dialed 911 at 9:30.
All that damn
When asked
playing.
where the emergency is, a female identified as possibly a juvenile responded, "I'm sorry, I dialed the wrong number." The same phone number would later begin texting 911 to report the kidnapping.
When did. I'm just so confused. I'm sorry. When did you got a message about an interstate?
So there was a text message from someone saying they were behind a car
Could I call this
who
back?
was kidnapped.
That's
Their friend was kidnapped from a Chick-fil-A in Palm Coast, and they were on the interstate behind the car.
What time is this?
This
Today?
is this is today. This
Oh,
is
we
actively
got
going on
home at
right now.
2:30 in the morning.
Okay.
So we were here the whole time since 2:30. We were on the interstate coming home
Ava,
from
everything's showing that
Pennsylvania.
Right.
you called
We,
out.
we showed up here like 2:10, 2:15
Okay.
And we went to
but,
bed.
But these 911 calls
for this
out.
morning. You were calling 911? You were. Don't look surprised. You did. You
Did
did
you?
it on your
No.
phone.
Did they say anything to you?
W
No one said anything
parents.
to you?
Did you say, Ava, you have to explain what happened here. Something's going on. What did you know? What do you know?
Mikey, go inside. Ava, get your shoes on. Come out here.
W parents.
You're not in trouble. We just
Right
need to
there.
know what happened. I need to know and understand because this is like weird.
Because we got to make sure that there's not somebody that's being kidnapped on the interstate.
Okay, a couple little things, right? And I get it, right? I get it. Trust me, I get it. We all get it. Why is her hands on her hip like she done been to work and back? She had to pick up her kids, get some dog food on the way home, pick up groceries, cook. Why is her hands, both of her hands, on the side of her freaking hips like she had a long, strenuous day? At 11. You feel me? You feel me? All that, hey. But W parents though, nah, you come out here. Come out here, put your shoes on. Cause we're not doing this. We're not doing this.
Interstate, we're trying to find them, and all of a
Open your
sudden-
mouth if you said something on the phone.
I didn't say anything,
Everything on your phone is telling me that
Lying.
you made a phone call 911.
but I didn't talk.
While one deputy heads to her cruiser, she greets officers from the Port Orange Police Department.
Wow,
who
they
have just
came. So they
arrived
came
at
all the
scene.
way. They came all
Hey
the
guys,
way
how's it
from.
going?
I was just trying to make heads and tails of that damn call.
That's probably like 20, 30 minutes away.
Yeah, we're trying to figure it out. We're with the parents and the daughter, and I guess the daughter
This is a nice ass property, folks. My goodness.
did have. We pulled up the call log, and she did call 911.
So the whole armed kidnapping thing and all that stuff is bogus, or?
There was no text evidence when we looked through it, so I don't know if she deleted it real quick or if it's like through an app. Yeah, it seems it's probably just this wedding thing. She's like 10 years old, so.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
While Ava's parents demand an explanation, deputies prepare to Mirandize the 11-year-old, who has yet to fully grasp the gravity of the situation.
Uh-oh.
You just lied to the police and mommy and daddy. You just lied to everybody.
You have 3 sheriffs here for stupidity.
Tell them what you just said to us.
Open your mouth. I'm telling you, open your mouth.
She's gonna read you something, and then we're gonna ask you some questions. What's your name? Ava. How old are you, Ava?
All right, Miss Ava, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before we ask you any questions, and to have the lawyer
Drop that
present
ham
during
on!
any questioning. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed for you before my questioning, if you wish.
We're reading her rights.
Be
right.
Let me explain something here, okay? You can cry about this. What you've done here is a felony, okay? It's a felony crime, and you probably had 20 law enforcement officers at least, a helicopter, and all running with lights and siren on high speed to try to apprehend or try to stop a serious forcible felony from happening. Do you know what happens if one of those officers crashes and gets killed on the way to responding to something that you did as a joke? So you better take this serious.
Under pressure from both her father and the deputy, Ava offers an excuse for her actions, which doesn't sit well with the deputy.
Ava, you need to tell the exact truth. I don't want a story. I don't care what it is. I want the exact truth.
You can't make this go away by being quiet. The only thing that's going to happen to you is you're going to end up in a pair of handcuffs going to our juvenile facility. I'm not going to mince any words with you. That's a very distinct possibility of what can happen here today. Don't look at your mother. She didn't have any part in this. This was all you.
Yesterday, I beat my brother. Said something about my little brother. Just made me pop in the head. And then I ended up going today and doing all this.
Was he part of planning this with you?
No, he just said it. And
What did he say?
he said, what's 911? 911.
This is your brother?
Yeah, he said it this way. What's 911?
Well, we can, when we're done, will you go wait a minute?
And then I said, no, we can't. And then I had an idea this morning. And then I just...
So you're trying to blame this on your brother?
You could ask him.
Was he with you when you made this call?
No.
Okay, was he with you when you made these texts?
No.
Okay, then you did this. You were on your own for this. And if your brother's 7 years old, you're not going to blame your 7-year-old brother for this. This was all your decision. Okay.
To call 911 to do what? What did he say to call 911?
Just call 911. You could ask him.
So can I ask?
What if he told you to go up on the roof and jump off the roof? Would you do that? So what's the difference?
Deputies will soon discover the startling truth behind Ava's fabricated story.
Oh, shit.
For now, Ava's mother raises concerns about recent questionable activity on Ava's phone, but it does little to impact the situation.
So I have something really weird with that phone. When we first got that, the phone kept ringing non-stop, ringing in to me. And I was picking it up and there was like people talking and like, I'm like, hello. And like non-stop, like I mean every 4 seconds there was a call coming in with random numbers and I didn't know them. And I was saying block contact. Like as soon as we got that phone number.
Okay, well, that has nothing to do with what went on today.
Yeah,
Questions
maybe
about her intentions
does.
lead to a harsh reality check from
Did she? Yo, I don't know. Were they out somewhere in public? She stole I don't know.
the deputy, who forces Ava to consider the possible consequences of the false report.
What were you planning on happening out of this? Well, what did you think was going to happen when you said somebody was kidnapped and somebody had a gun? What did you think was going to happen? Well, did you have any thoughts about how much of the law enforcement resources in this area you were going to take up by doing that?
Well,
I never thought of that, right? Did you think of the men and women that have families at home that are driving 90 or 100 miles an hour with their lights and siren on, trying to save somebody who's a victim of an armed kidnapping, that they could be involved in a traffic crash and get seriously injured or killed?
Everything has a domino effect, guys. Everything.
Does that seem funny to you? Would that be funny if that happened? Because I can tell you that would be even more serious than what you're looking at right now.
You physically see your father walk up to sheriffs, military, everybody, thank you for your service. And then you do like this?
Though it wasn't captured on camera, reports state that Ava admitted to getting the idea to prank 911 from a YouTube challenge, and a deputy attempts to get more details.
Where was this
Fucking
video that you saw?
a YouTube challenge.
On YouTube? Do you remember who the creator was or who the poster was, what it was about? What do you mean by all of this? This as in what?
What?
So it was a video about the Palm Coast Chick-fil-A. That's it. That's all the video was about? Gotcha. So, yep. So you saw a video that somebody made about how fun it would be to call 911 or text 911 and say if somebody's got a gun, somebody's
A stupid ass YouTube video.
get hurt.
I know
It's
his dad's.
fun to recreate
Her dad
that.
is just.
Is that what you're telling me?
Fucking.
Okay.
However, Ava is about to realize an apology won't be enough to escape the consequences. Meanwhile, one deputy reveals that he was able to reach Ava by phone just before their arrival and got a less than friendly response from the young girl.
Oh my God.
27 minutes, she lied to the dispatcher or the call taker over text, and then when I caught her up, she told me to F myself and stop responding.
Whoa!
I got her caught up. Like, hey, you know what's up? The jig's up.
That's when she started deleting more text messages.
Mm-hmm.
Based on Ava's statements, deputies decide there's enough probable cause to arrest Ava and prepare to take the 11-year-old into custody.
Here, Amanda. Here, stop. Hey. Stop.
She can't sit in a dentist's office, so that's why I'm saying.
Deep breath.
Listen carefully. Don't make this.
You can talk to me.
No, she'll be out there.
She is going to hurt herself right now.
She's not going to. Don't prevent her.
And this is why you should never baby your kids. There's a time and a place for that. There's an age and stage for that. You should never baby your kids. The side effects that you will see that your offspring will be faced with you as a parent, babying them is worse than if you were to not baby them and really mature them and, put them in uncomfortable situations and make their brain actually work, make their brain think, make their brain go through a certain process and a diagnosis to understand and figure out some shit. She's 11. Well, okay, I ain't gonna say all that, but she can't sit in a doctor's office like she don't like needles or, that's, some adults have that issue. That's cool, but
So stop. Listen to me. Hey,
Daddy cannot save you. Daddy cannot save you.
Ava, stop struggling, okay? They're not going to hurt you. Yeah, they're not going to hurt you. Listen carefully what's going to happen here. No one's going to hurt you. You're going to sit in the car for now, okay? If you go somewhere, what it's going to involve is taking pictures, taking fingerprints, and then they're going to call your parents to come and get you. So don't make the situation any worse. They'll be up shortly after that.
Go in the car?
No, you can't go in the car.
You can cuff me if you have to.
It just can't happen.
I'm telling you this right now, you're going to take this as a lesson at 11 years old, that if you do something stupid in the future, you're going to enjoy those cuffs.
I'm not going to do this again.
Ava is placed into the back of the police.
Now that right there, Dad, is where it's at. That part. And of course, what parent would want to see their child be, stuck in the court of law or in legal hands, right? Who'd want their child to be, whether they're right, wrong, indifferent, or unjust, unfair, whatever the case? Who'd want to see their child get put through that? Exactly. Can I be in the car with her? Put me in handcuffs too. Like, let me see what I can do as a dad, as a parent, right? But if I can't, hey, This is what you will never do again. Yeah. Yeah. Run that back, man. Run that back.
Right now, you're going to take this as a lesson at 11 years old that if you do something stupid in the future, you're going to enjoy those cuffs.
Ava is placed into the back of the police car where her father delivers
11.
a few hard truths.
I'm just warning you, you're not going to sit for a couple hours. They're going to be bringing you into a building, fingerprinting you, doing all sorts of stupid for your stupid. Your life just changed, kid.
Wow.
Over a phone call, your life just changed.
Minutes later, the reality of the situation continues to have an emotional impact on her parents.
This is the best punishment for her right now. Sucks for us, but this is the best thing for her because she doesn't get it.
It sucks for us. I work my off with you to keep this kid doing stuff normal like we did as kids, and this is the she does.
According to a statement,
Hey, run that back again, cuz. Run that back again.
For her right now. Sucks for us, but this is the best thing for her because she doesn't get it.
It sucks for us. I work my off with you to keep this kid doing stuff normal like we did as kids, and this is the she does.
I work my ass off with you to keep that kid from doing normal shit like we used to do as kids. And this is the normalcy that I'm getting. Fuck it. See, fellas. Also, when/if you are looking to a woman to reproduce with, make sure you check these attributes. How sensitive, how babyish, how childish, how intricate, and of course it's great for a woman to be, empathetic and shit, but when it's like too no. In situations like this, of course it's not, there has to be a balance, sure, between like the tough love as the dad just gave and the sensitive, the more sensitivity aspect that the mother gives, but
according to a statement from the Volusia County Sheriff's Office, 11-year-old Ava was charged with making a false police report concerning the use of a firearm in a violent manner, a felony, and misuse of 911, a misdemeanor. After being processed at the Family Resource Center, she was later transferred to the Volusia Regional Juvenile Detention Center in Daytona Beach, Florida, an experience she is unlikely to forget. We requested more information about her case from the Volusia County Juvenile Court, and they said nothing is releasable.
A lesson of a lifetime. She just learned a lesson of a lifetime doing all that playing. Let's see some of the comments on this video. When I was 15, I called 911 to give them the old refrigerator running joke and hung up. 3 minutes later, there were 6 cops in the driveway. I was grounded for 6 months. Dad is upset, dishing out tough love, but yet was still willing to let himself get cuffed in order to ride with her to jail. Someday, she'll realize how great of a dad he was. Nah, real rap. Real motherfucking spiel. That brother's going to have some major trust issues with his sister for almost framing him as an accomplice. Huh? Who you telling? Her 7-year-old brother has a get out of jail free card for life. He can pull the, remember that time you got arrested? Anytime anything happens. The father's visible discomfort and disappointment makes me feel like I failed him. She'll remember this forever. That's a fact. I'm 28 and not even in school anymore. And the way that dad is looking at his daughter makes me feel the need to clean my room and do the dishes. Because he's a real life, I ain't gonna say strict like heckler type dad, but cause I could tell, he has his moments when he's down to earth, but I could also sense that he's very like patriotic in his approach, and the mother is the more like lenient, free. You know what I'm saying? For sure. Never has a saying, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Been more apt. That's right. There's so much dad energy happening here that every child within a 10-mile radius immediately all did their chores and homework with no bag dog. Oh, shit. This must have been heartbreaking for the parents, but I applaud them for letting her face accountability. That's a fact. That's a fact. I like this video a lot, man. I do. I like this. Yeah, don't you ever forget this shit. Remember how these cuffs feel. Remember by yourself being in the back of a cop car at 11. This is on your record until you're 111. Or they'll probably get it, erased off maybe, but that's on your record. And tough love, man. Tough love will always win in the end.